Also getting some more breaking news. Republic has accessed NIA charge sheet against Gautam Navlakha. This charge sheet details Navlakha's link to ISI and its stooge Ghulam Nabi Fai, who was arrested by the FBI in the year 2011. During the course of the investigation, it is established that accused Gautam Navlakha had also visited United States thrice to address Kashmiri American Council conference organized by Ghulam Nabi Fai, and Navlakha was in touch with Fai even before Fai's arrest. More sensational proof in the NIA charge sheet that has now emerged. More trouble mounting for Gautam Navlakha. Republic has accessed the NIA charge sheet. Charge sheet has detailed Navlakha's link to ISI and its stooge Ghulam Nabi Fai, who was arrested by the FBI in the year 2011. The NIA is probing the Bhima Koregaon Elgar Parishad case. It has said in its charge sheet that Gautam Navlakha was in touch with Kashmiri separatists, Pakistan spies agency and Maoist extremists as well. 10,000-page charge sheet that the NIA has filed. It has found links between Navlakha and Ghulam Nabi Fai, an active member of Pakistan's ISI. Sensational details that have emerged as far as the NIA charge sheet is concerned. Shravan Sena, Senior Associate Editor, joining us with more details.
Republic TV.
Shravan, Gautam Navlakha ISI link has been exposed as far as this 10,000-page charge sheet filed by the NIA is concerned. What more can you tell us?
Well, in fact, we are now getting you some exclusive documents. This is with regards to the ISI link.
This kind of an allegation that has been leveled against Gautam
This kind of an allegation that has been leveled against Gautam Navlakha, who's essentially been fighting this out in the court, saying that these are baseless allegations. This is, in fact, what we saw in the court. Now, the NIA has already submitted 10,000 pages document, the charge sheet that has been filed, which goes at length as far as the ISI link that is coming. I'm quoting from that document that we have basically accessed, and then I'll take our viewers to the details of it, how the link basically emerges, when exactly did Gautam Navlakha actually meet this ISI proxy in the United States of America. I'll come to that, but this is exactly what the NIA has actually filed in the court, and they say that during the course of the investigation, it is established that accused Gautam Navlakha had visited US thrice to address the Kashmiri American Council, the KAC. And remember, this KAC will become very important as I progress in this breaking to give you an understanding of how this nexus essentially operated. Now, what the NIA is saying is that accused Gautam was in touch with Ghulam Nabi Fai, and sometimes this was through email and sometimes it was over the phone. They also go on to say that Ghulam Nabi Fai was arrested by the FBI in July 2011 for accepting funds from the ISI and Pakistan government, but failed to report the origin of those funds as required by the US law. So let's put this into perspective. We are talking about a man who's already been prosecuted by the US authorities. Ghulam Nabi Fai was already prosecuted. He was arrested by the FBI in 2011 itself. This man, Gautam Navlakha, was actually in touch with Ghulam Nabi Fai much before that. As far as the NIA is concerned, they go on to say that it is established that accused Gautam Navlakha had written a letter to the Honorable Judge of the US Court trying Ghulam Nabi Fai's case for clemency. Accused Gautam Navlakha had also submitted letters to Honorable US Court on behalf of Fai. Further, it is also established that he was introduced to a Pakistani ISI general, and that too for his recruitment by Ghulam Nabi Fai on the direction of ISI, showing his nexus and complicity with Ghulam Nabi Fai and Pakistani ISI. Now, this is what the NIA has already told the court. An exhibit, an annexure to that very charge sheet that has now been accessed, the details of the charge sheet that has been accessed by Republic TV, is what the court in the US had said. And this is what the NIA is essentially quoting in their charge sheet. This is what The US court had said FAI worked with the ISI even before the KAC was founded. FAI asserts that in the early 1990s, Dr. FAI was approached by an official at the ISI with an offer to provide funding to the KAC. This is the Kashmiri Authority of Council, the KAC. The initial contact was made through a Pakistani American named Zahir Ahmed. FAI's sentencing memorandum at 2, the assertion that the ISI approached him about funding the KAC after FAI already had started the KAC is false, and only further FAI's continued attempts to conceal his connection to the ISI. So what the US authorities have been saying, that there was a deliberate attempt that was basically made by FAI to conceal his association with the ISI. Now, what about the Indian authorities? Now, there's a mention of this in page number 4, which gives you an insight into the working of FAI and how exactly was FAI linked to people like Gautam Navlakha. There is a better understanding of it on page number 4 here, where FAI himself has basically admitted before the US authorities that he concealed his connections to the ISI because revealing them would have undermined his credibility with his constituents and particularly with the government of India and the indigenous Kashmiri resistance. FAI's sentencing memorandum at 3, to the contrary, revealing his ISI connection would not have undermined his credibility with the government of India because he had no credibility with the government of India. This is what the US authorities had to tell the court there. The Indian government understood that FAI was an agent of Pakistan. Further revealing his ISI connection would not have undermined his credibility with the indigenous Kashmiri resistance because just like the KAC, the indigenous Kashmiri resistance to which FAI refers were financially and logistically supported by the ISI from the start anyway. This document is a giveaway as to what exactly was FAI doing in the United States of America. And this entire indigenous Kashmiri resistance that we've been talking about, that Gautam Navlakha has been espousing about. Because remember, there have been several speeches that have been given by Gautam Navlakha as far as Kashmiri, this entire Kashmiri resistance, as they have been calling it, in particularly which the US authorities have been, the KAC is basically linked to Syed Salahuddin and Hizbul Mujahideen. Now, this is not what we are saying. This is what the US authorities had to tell the US court. Now, this document was basically also shown as an exhibit before the court. The NIA goes on to extensively quote this in their charge sheet itself. The 10,000-page charge sheet goes on to detailing as far as Gautam Navlakha's role or his link with Pakistan ISI is concerned. Now, was he in the know-how is the big question, because Gautam Navlakha, all that he has been saying before the courts also, that he is now becoming a political pawn. He is now becoming a scapegoat in this entire thing. And the fact of the matter is that he has only raised what he calls, in his words, is essentially causes, Kashmiri causes, and the lost cause of, for that matter, even of the Maoists. Now, that has basically been espoused all this while. But here, these documents only go on to reveal that it perhaps becomes even more difficult for the authorities here in India to believe that perhaps Mr. Gautam Navlakha wasn't really aware of the people that he was actually in touch with. For instance, Ghulam Nabi FAI. Question here is that whether at all Gautam Navlakha was actually aware of the fact that here is a man who is nothing but an ISI agent, something that the government of India also essentially believes. And forget about government of India. For a minute, let's understand that Gautam Navlakha has been talking about human rights violations, etc., etc. Here you're talking about the US authorities essentially determining, or rather defining, who exactly is FAI. As far as the US authorities are concerned, they believe that there was a deliberate attempt that was basically made to conceal his identity, to conceal the fact that he was actually receiving funds from the ISI in the United States of America, and that to basically to carry out Pakistan's agenda as far as the Kashmiri, or rather the indigenous Kashmiri resistance that they have been talking about.
Absolutely. And Shravan, apart from what the US authorities have maintained and have shared with the NI, a lot that has also been retrieved from the documents of the digital evidence that he owned, isn't it?
Well, as far as the digital evidence is concerned, what is very important to point out here is the fact that not just Gautam Navlakha, you have other accused in this particular case. 8 people have already been charge sheeted, and of the 8 people, there have been several digital evidences that have been adduced to in this particular charge sheet that has been filed. They're talking about certain modes of communication, especially letters that have been recovered from the electronic devices that were basically seized first by the Maharashtra police when this entire investigation was being carried out. Now, for instance, we'll also try and put out one of the letter that was basically seized from Rona Wilson's computer, which has also been the letter which has been marked in this particular charge sheet, goes on to indicate how there was this entire thing that they basically called as an attack against the fascist government. Now, what was the mode of that? The mode was extremely violent in nature, is what the NIA says. This is what the NIA is basically telling the court, that during the investigation, they've essentially found that one, their entire funding was dubious in nature, and secondly, there was this attempt that was basically made in the name of fighting for development, in the name of fighting for the people. They were actually fighting the government using methods which were unacceptable, which were basically against the law. That is what the NIA is basically arguing. Now, if we just simply focus as far as Ghulam Nabi Fai and Gautam Navlakha is concerned, you're talking about a man who's gone to the United States of America thrice. He's written to the US authorities for clemency for Ghulam Nabi Fai. So question here is that why exactly Mr. Navlakha would do that, especially given the fact that here you've had the US authorities categorically basically making one mention, that is that he is an ISI agent. Second, the funding that he's basically received, the Pakistani funding that he's essentially received was concealed, and that in itself is a violation of the US law. That's what the US authorities had to tell, at least before the court. Despite that, you've had Gautam Navlakha, one, writing emails, and second, also talking about clemency for Ghulam Nabi Fai.
Absolutely. So the NIA has found links between Gautam Navlakha and Ghulam Nabi Fai, who's a member of the Pakistan ISI. So they have found that he was in touch with Kashmiri separatists, members from ISI, and also Maoist extremists. Thank you, Shravan, for joining us with those exclusive details.